Hello guys, Mr. Danaman2050 here, welcome to another video. Today's video guys, I'm going to be bringing you a £11,500 PC build. It's a gaming PC build for £11,500, very expensive, but I'm going to class this as the most expensive gaming PC because this is using the top of the line hardware that is possible to buy, literally. This is just going to be the most expensive hardware, and yeah, you're really not going to get better. I'm going to say that this build is not custom liquid cooled because that's how you could make your build super expensive, but I can't really kind of get the parts together and show you which ones to use because chances are you don't probably even know how to do liquid cooling, so I'm not going to show you that. But it will contain you know, stuff like a Corsair H100i and stuff like that, which is kind of a closed loop liquid cooler, stuff like that. But you'll see anyway. Now first up guys, we're going to be grabbing the Intel Xeon. It's an E5-2697. It's version 2 of the chip, runs at 2.7 GHz and is 12 cores. And yeah, it also supports hyperthreading. So it supports hyperthreading, so it's essentially got 24 cores and it turbos past 2.7 GHz for when you're, I don't know, doing stuff like rendering or gaming or just encoding videos or something like that. But yeah, this is £2,000 this processor, and it runs on the socket LGA 2011. Yeah, I was going to say LGA 1155 because none of every chip does. But yeah, this one's one of the larger chips, which is the 2011. Now to cool the bad boy, we're going to be grabbing a Corsair Hydro. This is a H110. Now this is different to the H100 because this is a 280mm radiator, which means you can get 240mm fans, and as you can see there, on there nicely. So this is a liquid cooler, all closed loop. You get all the brackets and everything you need, which will allow you to hook it up. And yeah, as you can see, look, it's quite a beefy cooler, and the radiator is absolutely huge on this cooler, with it supporting 140mm fans. That's it. Yeah. So this is £92. So there we are. Now next up guys, we're going to be grabbing motherboard. For the motherboard we're going to be grabbing a Asus Rampage 4. This is the Extreme Black Edition, running on the Intel Z79 chipset. So it's socket 2011, same as the CPU. As you can see, this is loaded to be honest, because you're getting 8 slots for RAM, you're getting 4 PCI Express x16 slots for all your GPUs, you're getting a ton of PCI Express x1s, and another reason I chose this board, as well as it just being, you know, straight out expensive, it has 4 SATA 6GB ports, 4 SATA 3GB ports, 8 USB 3s, 12 USB 2s, you have 8-channel audio, you have your gigabit LAN, and you also have support for quad SLI and also Crossfire as well, which will also support 4 GPUs. However, I'm not going to getting 4 graphic cards for this build because a 4th GPU in near enough like 90% of games doesn't make a difference, so we're not going to be grabbing a 4th GPU. So this is motherboard, £360, quite expensive indeed. Now for the GPU guys, we're going to be grabbing 3 of these bad boys, £900 each. So yeah, we're going to be grabbing 3 of these. These are the EVGA GeForce Titan Black. It's a super clocked edition, 6GB RAM each, and yeah, this is the highest clocked one I could find, 967 MHz. And as I said, you get the 6GB of GDDR5 memory running at 7 GHz. You have 2,880 cores, and it supports SLI, CUDA physics, all that kind of stuff. 3-year warranty as well. Might as well just mention that. This card is straight out expensive. I haven't gone with the Titan Z's since they just don't make sense, but the reason I'm getting 3 of these is because I'm getting a PCI Express SSD with this, so you guys will see a little bit later on. Oh, you also get Watch Dogs, which runs awful, but with 3 Titan Blacks, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to ace that game. But as you can see, the memory bus on this is 384-bit, so you'll be able to smash any game basically. That's one of the things that the Titan classic graphic cards have. An incredibly higher memory bus than all the other cards. I'm running at 256-bit, but yeah, this card's 384-bit, so games like Metro Last Light and stuff, you can see a really high frame rate compared to all the other GPUs that are not Titan class. So yeah, 3 of these, £900 each. That's expensive, that's all I'm going to say. Now for the RAM guys, we're going to be grabbing 64 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro. This is going to be the red RAM. In fact, if you can change it to the blue or the black if you want to, but we're choosing the red because we're going to go over a red and black theme within the computer, and you'll see that later on in the video as well. But yeah, 64 gigs of RAM, £630. You're getting 8 8GB sticks, and it's a quad channel chip, obviously quad channel kit. The motherboard supports quad channel RAM. As for the frequency, it's 2133 MHz. That is supported by the processor and also the motherboard. I have checked. You can get higher frequency RAM, but I really wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. There's no point going above 2133 like I've done here. You won't see any increase in any kind of task you're going to do. This is the somewhat highest speed that seems reasonable. But yeah, £630, 64 gigs of RAM. Wonderful. Now, moving on, guys, and you see this is why we've got 3 Titan Blacks, you see. This is a Mushkin Scorpion Deluxe. It's a 2TB PCI Express SSD, which costs £1,600. Now, the reason this is expensive is because, yes, it's PCI Express, doesn't plug into your motherboard's SATA ports, but as you can see, this SSD here, £1,600, and the reason it's that expensive is that because the read on here is 2,165 megabytes and the write is 1,990 megabytes, which is extremely fast, I'll give you that. Now, this is incredibly fast because it uses the PCI Express ×8 interface, and to my understanding I believe this has 4 SandForce controllers, which an SSD usually has 1, but this has got 4, so there we are. So £1,600. This SSD is incredibly large at 2TB, and since we've got the cash to blow, might as well buy it. Now for the SSDs, guys, we're going to be grabbing a Samsung 1TB SSD. This is the 840 EVO, and yeah, it's £400. The read on this is 540 megabytes, and the write is 520 megabytes. Now, let me just go over to my little chart here, my spreadsheet. We're going to be grabbing, if I'm correct here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to be grabbing 8 of these, and here you're going to shove them in RAID, because the motherboard supports RAID and everything. Due to the limitations of the chipset on the motherboard, you can only, to my understanding, let's have a look. Yeah, you can only RAID 6 of these. This spreadsheet, guys, is available for you guys to download in the description, because it's a big build, so you cannot probably remember everything I'm going over. So yeah, there you are. This is in the description for you. So yeah, 8 of these, and yeah, it comes to a lot. 8 times £400 on just SSDs. Very, very expensive. Now, for something to actually power the PC, guys, we're going to be going with a brand new Corsair AX 1500i digital ATX power supply. Now, as well as being titanium, damn. So yeah, as well as being titanium efficiency and with it being modular, this power supply is literally brand new, and Corsair have just made this for these people that are going for you know, SLI rigs and stuff like we are today. So this is £330, and the fan on the top of this, I just want to mention, is 140mm. So yeah, you're going to be getting incredibly efficient 1,500 watts of electric delivered to the PC. This is enough for the system in total, with all the drives, all the GPUs we're using. However, I will say that you don't need nowhere near 1,500, but we're getting it because I just feel it's needed for you guys that are going to be upgrading in the future, especially if you've got this amount of money to spend. Yeah, I'm going to give you that. Now, moving on to the case, guys, we're going to be grabbing literally the biggest case I know that exists. This is the Corsair Obsidian 900D. It's a super tower case, and yeah, this case is here for custom liquid cooling people who like to make very, very, very awesome looking rigs. But this case allows us to have incredibly good airflow, because you can put fans everywhere, and you'll see that a little bit later on, but you get so many fans, it's kind of ridiculous into this bad boy, and your PC is going to be incredibly silent, incredibly cool, and you've got a very nice side window here to look into. I just want to mention actually that as magnetic dust filters, you can have loads of hard drives with SSDs in. You've got loads of options for radiators and everything like that, but we'll get on to all the cooling and fans in just a little bit. But yeah, £275, and it's quite loaded. As you can see by the specs, look, you can see that you can include literally unlimited amount of fans. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, moving on, guys, these should have been at the end, but I'll show you these now. These are the Bitphoenix Alchemy Premium Modding LED strips. These are the red ones. And yeah, the 50cm. Now they are £30 each. I think these are quite expensive, but these plug in straight to a Molex, so you can power them that way, and it's nice and simple. So yeah, in terms of these, let me just refresh my memory. In terms of these, we're going to be getting 4 of these, and yeah, 4 of these for the case. And yeah, it's quite expensive on LEDs, but the case is going to look incredibly good once you set all these up. Now for SATA cables, we're going to be grabbing these. These are the NZXT 4 SATA cables, 90-degree cables. As you can see, they're all kind of like, how can I put it? They're kind of like tied together, and yeah, you have four SSDs to plug in. And yeah, this is going to be a very, very nice way to plug in a load of SSDs without having a lot of SATA cables all over the place, because these 4 are kind of like tied together and the cables are braided and everything like that. I believe we're getting 2 of these. I don't actually know, we're getting 3 of these actually, just due to the fact that SSDs don't exactly go in a line like it kind of suggests here, like with these SSD connectors. But you'll see if you buy this, and yeah, you kind of realise how much thought has actually gone into this build. Now in terms of the fans, guys, we're going to be grabbing the Corsair Air Series. These are the AF120s. Just so a few guys aren't aware, the AF means airflow and the 120 refers to the size. So these are the 120mm fans. These are the quiet editions. We're going to be grabbing all red LED quiet editions to go with the LED strips that we just chose and everything like that. Now, so these are the 120mm. This is a dual pack. We're also going to be grabbing single ones as well. These ones run at 1500 RPM. And these are kind of red quiet editions. Then we're also going to be grabbing the AF140s. These are the larger fans, and these are for somewhere else in the case. And again, these are the red quiet editions. In terms of which ones we're getting, we're going to be getting a dual pack of the 120mm. Then we're going to be grabbing one single AF120 fan, and then we're going to be grabbing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the AF140 fans. And as you can see here, look, I've kind of indicated on the notes section where these are going to go. So these are for the front of the case. The single 120, the single 140 is for the top. We've got this fan here for the rear. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the bottom. So you can fit 340s on the bottom on each side. That's all good. And this case has a lot of airflow, I hear that. Now, lastly, guys, for the fans to be connected, we're going to be grabbing a few of these. As you can see, it's just a standard kind of PWM fan splitter cable, and here I look at it, as it just says here, simple solution for quiet and smart fan control, synchronizes 3 PWM fans with the system CPU usage, and voila, that's it. Fair enough, you can just cut the blue cable off if you want to, because that's the PWM one, but you get what I mean. And in terms of these, we're going to be grabbing 3 of them. That's all good. As I said, guys, this spec sheet is available to download in the description and does come to a whopping £11,000, 458 and 33 pence. That's it. So yeah, just under 12k there, but yeah, it's very expensive. Now you're probably thinking, what's the performance? Because yeah, we have grabbed a 12-core with hyper-threading CPU, and we've also grabbed 3 Titan Blacks. Yes. In terms of the performance, guys, so you want to be looking at this this second kind of line here down, because we haven't gone with 3 Titans, and you'll see in these graphs that you don't really get a big increase from going from a 3rd to a 4th Titan Black. And yeah, that's kind of my reasoning in terms of getting the PCI Express SSD. So on Assassin's Creed 4, all these benchmarks, guys, I will say, ran at 4K. So if you're out running a 4K monitor, if you're spending this much money, you are stupid. Anyway, 3 Titans in SLI. We get 55.8 FPS on Assassin's Creed, and that's on Ultra. Moving on to Battlefield 4, and I will say the 4th Titan Black does make a difference in Battlefield 4, but that's the Frostbite engine just being good, shall I say. So yeah, 4K Ultra, 61 FPS. Crysis 3, 4K, very high with 4 times anti-aliasing, 37 FPS. Now moving on to Far Cry 3, 4K again, Ultra, 4 times AA, anti-aliasing, we're getting 64.2 FPS. And as you can see, look, the 4th Titan doesn't really make a difference, and that's probably just a margin of error. Next up, Metro Last Light, 46 FPS, as again, 4K on very high. Yeah, and as you can see, look, the one more Titan gives you 1 FPS. Oh dear. And then Assassin's Creed 4. 55.8 FPS. Very, very nice indeed. On Ultra 4K, and that's all it. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment and also subscribe. And yeah, if you've really enjoyed this build and think, wow, is that really what you could buy for 12K? Leave me some comments guys and let me know what you would get for this amount of money. Would you go with the 4 Titans or would you go with 2 Titan Zs? To be honest, they're incredibly expensive and probably I should have included them, but I couldn't have put 2 of them in this build because then I couldn't have got the SSD. Because the Titan Zs are triple slot, unfortunately, which yeah, I don't have to plug the SSD in. So there we are. Anyway guys, yeah, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, comment and also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.